What's up, guys? This is X's on the NFL. I'm Tony, Stephen, Green Bay Packers fan, Philadelphia Eagles fan, and we are just going to talk about stuff we've seen from around the NFL this week. And I have completely messed up my layout of stuff.
And it starts.
No, no. Normally I have. No, what is going on? You absolute nut. So what I do is have two windows open, one for the podcast and one for all my bits and bobs.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot to do it. So what have you got for this week while I'm doing this?
So I think the first thing we got to talk about is one that came up today.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Jets owner firing head coach Robert Saleh.
Really? Oh, mate, honestly, the dead zone, I've not got any notifications today or the last week, really. It's all been at home.
Yeah, literally, I was at work. It was like, I don't know, 3-4 o'clock. Got a couple of notifications from different inside reporter type people.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then one came through from the NFL, and a load of others came through, and yeah, they fired head coach Robert Saleh.
It is about time, because how many games have the Jets lost? All 5?
So no, they haven't, but they are 3-2.
Are they 3-2 out of 5?
3-2. Considering how much they paid Aaron Rodgers, took on loads of other staff. Last season was a complete write-off for Rodgers. And they were supposed to be their comeback season this season, and
I am actually just looking at that now. Who's going to take over now? They're going to have an interim head coach now, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich in at the moment. He's going to be head coach until a replacement's in, or possibly for the rest of the season.
I'm actually looking at something now because I didn't know about this Robert Saleh firing. New York Jets fans call for sensational Bill Belichick.
I was just going to say, so I saw a reporter put up notable potential replacements. Number 1 being Bill Belichick, 2 being Mike Vrabel, the assistant coach at the Browns, Ben Johnson, who's the OC for the Lions, Bobby Slowick, OC for Texans, or number 5 being Jeff Ulbrich staying on as head coach. Now that one I think would depend on how the season goes.
Yeah,
I mean, if he absolutely tanked it, they wouldn't. They'd just be.
They've got to give him a few games at least, haven't they? They can't just go.
I mean, they've got to really.
You can cover one game and then we're going to get someone else in.
Once I found out about it, I looked up Robert Saleh's stats over the last 2.5-3 years with the Jets. He's 20 to 36.
So 20 wins.
20 wins, 36 losses.
That's a hell of a lot of losses. Why have they in how long? 10 years?
No, 3.
3 years.
2.5, 3 years.
Oh, I don't know why. I kind of blanked out for a second then. I thought you said 10 years. That is a lot of losses in 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
That covers the Jets-Vikings game.
Did you watch? They were 32nd in points per game. They were also 32nd in offensive touchdowns per game, turnovers per game, total offense EPA. The only thing they weren't last in was yards per game, and they were.
That's absolutely bonkers.
They ranked the Jets' offense as 32nd for last season.
They are terrible. The Jets.
Their defense is what's been keeping them in.
Yeah, I seen thing that Aaron Rodgers. This was before you said that Aaron Rodgers should retire. How long's he got left on his contract, do you reckon?
Well, I think
did he just go for a year?
I thought he signed for a year or 2. I think it was 2 years he signed for.
It wasn't a long contract. I think now, and I like Aaron Rodgers. He should have retired when he left the Packers. He shouldn't have gone to the Jets. He should have retired. He's not done a great deal for the Jets. Last season, he was out.
Oh, he was out in the first drive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he even completed the first drive, and he popped his Achilles, and that was it.
That's a part of the sport, though, isn't it? You can't say that's his fault, but now he's back. I think with 5 games in, not including the preseason.
Yeah, I think they should have unless he can perform some miracle storm back for this season, I think
Hmm.
he should ride off into the sunset.
Yeah,
Essentially, just
yeah.
take his money, retire, become, I don't know, coach or presenter, or move on.
Yeah, move on. You're done at football, my friend.
I think he could. I think he could be a great quarterback coach.
Oh, 100%. His no-look passes, he could teach that.
He could teach all sorts.
He is/was a good quarterback. Now, the game is...
He's been in too long.
He's been in too long, and the game's progressed more than he's progressed, if you know what I
The
mean.
trouble is, I mean, you look at it now. What's 40?
44, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's 44.
You look at it. 44. So he's been in what 20 years, 22 years.
Let's look it up. Aaron Rodgers. He came in
2002.
Aaron Rodgers' age.
Or 2000.
He's 40, so I was massively wrong there.
He either came in 2000 or 2002.
He signed a 3-year deal with the Jets, 112.5 million.
Well, they overpaid.
And his statistics, records. He's got no records this season.
I'm not surprised, man. Honestly, he
Draft.
yeah.
He was 2005. He was drafted.
2005, that late.
Yeah.
I thought it was around 2002.
No, it's 2005. The 70th in league history took place. So it's a 2005 NFL drive. The 70th in league history took place on April 23rd and 24th, 2005. The draft was held at the Jacob K. Javits Convention Center in New York City and was televised for the 26th consecutive year with coverage on ESPN and ESPN2. It was the first to be held at the center as Madison Square Garden had been utilized for drafts since 95. He was picked at number 24.
As I say, he wasn't picked first, but I knew he was picked quite high. I'm sure it was like first.
He thought he was going to go to the 49ers, but 49ers selected Alex Smith and then was drafted by the Packers. So he was drafted by the Packers in 2005. So he was with the Packers
I knew he was drafted with the
2005.
Packers.
Yeah.
Because before he left the Packers, that was the only place he'd ever been.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that one. It's like one of the longest career runs in history, I believe.
Yeah.
And yeah, he had one hell of a career.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff he's done, I think he would be an excellent quarterback coach. Maybe one day an offensive coach,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sorry, I'm sat and my window looks out into like an alleyway opposite me. I'll take a video and show you what I just looked up and seen. Turn my torch off because that'd be fucking obvious. Why is my flashlight on? Off. Look, this is weird, mate. I just look like it just caught my eye. That's weird, isn't it? I don't know what that is, but it's just flashing, and it's like directly above my monitor, so it's all I can see now. Yeah. So where were we? Sorry, it distracted the hell out of me.
Yeah. So I don't know who will take over. As I say, I think Jeff Ulbrich has got to be given a chance. I reckon a 5-game chance at least.
Yeah. So he's the what coach is he now?
He was defensive coordinator.
I was going to say maybe Aaron Rodgers could come out, take over as offensive coordinator, and that offensive coordinator slips in as head coach.
Yeah, I mean, I don't quite think that's how going into coaching works, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he could retire and find a coaching gig quite easily.
100%.
It just all
Did you watch the Jets Vikings game? Did you watch that game?
I watched the highlights.
It was a little bit of back and forth, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the Vikings
it
definitely owned them in that entire game.
100%. I've lost my dream. What am I doing? My life is a ruin. The Vikings were on top. There's no doubt about that.
They were on top.
A few mistakes from the Jets.
You look at the total yards. Jets got 254. and Vikings got 253. Passing yards, the Jets had more passing yards, 218 yards. The Vikings had 171.
Yeah.
And their yards per play are so close, it's unbelievable. So Sam Darnold had 14 complete out of 31 attempts, whereas Aaron Rodgers had 54 attempts, 29 complete.
Yeah. He also had 3 interceptions.
Yep.
Darnold had 1.
One, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Jets made a few mistakes. That's how, even though they put up more passing yards, they come out underneath because the Vikings managed to capitalize on the 3 interceptions.
I think Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. Oh my God, we've got a leak coming through in the dining room. I just looked up and seen it running down the wall. It's not going anywhere. It's actually running from the ceiling all the way down the wall. Neat.
Because also, if you, I don't know if you've seen, the Jets didn't have much rushing. Brees Hall had 9 carries for 23 yards. Braylon Allen had 5 carries for 13 yards.
Yeah.
So
where did they get their touchdowns from? Alan Lazard, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
And then one on defense, Quincy Williams. No, that's not. So they only had 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that's right.
Jets, yeah, I was going to say, I think they had a field goal too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Minnesota just managed to. I mean, if you look at so I'm on the next gen stats. Rodgers' longest air distance was 26.8 yards.
Really?
Darnold was 38.4. There's a big difference.
There is a big difference there, isn't there?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the biggest thing is the Jets couldn't quite capitalize properly in just a few too many mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Darnold didn't make any touchdowns, but Rodgers made 2. So yeah, I think the Vikings just I got caught up in the stat then.
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson had 6 of 14 receptions. I mean, that's not great for who he is.
It's not great. No, considering he is who he is.
He had 92 yards on those 6 receptions.
He is one of my favourite receivers, Justin Jefferson.
He's a brilliant receiver. I think he needs to work on his receptions. I mean, clearly looking at that, 6 of 14, that's not even half.
No. And 92 yards as well. Maybe it's just an off game for him personally. It's not all about one player. It's the whole team, isn't it? And
I think that's the biggest difference. I think
because he is who he is, double
team.
coverage, yeah.
I think he's getting harder receptions. I think that's part of the problem.
100%.
Looking at that game, he was double covered a few times.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I think Rodgers almost, unless between him and the new interim head coach, unless they pull some miracle, I think Rodgers needs to ride off in the sunset after his contract.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just now looking at the scores for the whole Sunday. I never watched the Panthers-Bears game. I think I've got two games left to watch.
I watched the Panthers-Bears game.
I've not watched the Chiefs game. I've not watched that yet.
I've watched that. It wasn't great.
Giants-Seahawks. When did the Panthers-Bears play? How have I not watched that? Sunday as well?
Yeah, they played Sunday.
Was that on DAZN?
I believe so. Because one of the things I made note of it was, have you seen the clip that's going around about the Seahawks-Giants game?
No, I was literally just watching the Seahawks-Giants as we came on, and then I stopped watching it. So, again, there's like 3 games I've not watched.
Well, there was
Giants,
a clip
Seahawks,
going around,
Cowboys, Steelers.
Clip going around about the receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a designed QB run, but they double covered Jackson Smith-Njigba. He's pretending to put his hands up and everything, and he's looking back for the ball as if he's receiving. Geno Smith's already on a run.
Yeah, I did see that clip. Yeah.
He got like 10, 12 yards on a run because he sold it and took 2 defenders with him. That
was a genius play, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. He proper
Excuse me.
sold that to the two defenders, like he was going to receive the ball. One of them even tried to tackle him. I think he's going to be an up and coming receiver.
100%.
He's looking quite good for Seahawks this year.
There's a few different people that are looking really tasty for the whole of the NFL. If I'm honest, the games this week were so much better than the games last week, because we were saying the games last week were slow, not a great deal happened, and the games this time round, outstanding.
Yeah, it was a big difference. I think Giants were looking a lot better this week.
Mm-hmm.
They really put up a fight this week, much better than they have. The Seahawks won it, didn't they?
I've not watched it, but I've seen clips of it going around.
Giants won by 9 points. So, I mean, 29-20 Giants just shows they put up a much better fight.
Yeah, when you look at their
first 3 weeks, they were undefeated.
Yeah, I think they were 3-0, one of the 3-0 teams, weren't they?
I believe they were. So, I mean, the Seahawks aren't exactly lagging.
No.
But yeah,
look at
Seahawks are 3-2.
3-2, so it's still not bad. What have they lost? Their last two games?
Trying to see now. 3 for the Seahawks. Yeah, 2 losses. So yeah, they were a 3-0 team before that game.
I thought they were one of the 3-0 teams.
Yeah, they're not doing bad, I would say.
When you look at the stats from the game, the total yards for the Giants are 420. The Seahawks are 333.
Both teams played really well, I think.
Yeah. Even their passing yards are like 10 yards between.
I think that was one of Daniel Jones' best games of his career.
Yeah, definitely. And their rushing yards are up there compared to the Seahawks. The Seahawks are 102 and Giants are 175. 2 penalties. Giants only got 2 penalties. I think it's the first game this season that I've only seen 2 penalties.
I think that being a big part of their problem for the Giants is penalties. Mm-hmm. They've shot themselves in the foot quite a bit with penalty. I mean, I'm looking at this website called the Football Database, which tracks 2024 NFL team penalty statistics.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we? Giants have had 28 penalties for 228 yards.
That's a lot of penalties, isn't it?
I mean, they're not the top. They're nowhere near the top, to be honest.
I think we spoke about that last week, didn't we?
They're about 12th, 15th place. Ironically, the top team at the moment, apparently, is the Texans. 47 for 391 yards.
I could see that, yeah. I don't like the Texans' new logo, and I don't like their new uniform.
The black and dark blue?
Yeah, I don't like it.
That looks weird.
Yeah, and I don't like their logo. And what does it say on the back of their helmet? H-Town or something? Do you know what I mean?
I get why they've said that, but I don't think they should have put it on the helmet.
No. They're trying to bring them into the next generation, I think, aren't they?
Well, I think it's supposed to be a throwback uniform. And of course, I mean, you go back to 2000 when we were sort of in our 20s. It was what all the hip hop stars and rap stars, and that was what they said, wasn't it? That was H-Town.
A-Town, yeah. H-Town, A-Town.
A-Town. Yeah, I mean, that's what it was sort of 20 odd years ago, but I don't think you should stick it on the back of your helmet.
No.
Maybe that's just me, but
But as we say, Daniel Jones, he done really well. 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
23 complete out of 34 attempts, and the Seahawks had 28 complete 40 attempts.
I think both teams were looking a hell of a lot better this week.
Yeah.
I mean, Geno Smith and the Seahawks, yes, they lost.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was one of the best performances the Giants have put on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the last 10 games for the team.
10 games, including half of last season.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But, I don't think it should be looked at as Geno Smith was doing bad this week or the Seahawks done bad. They put up a fight. Did you watch the highlights from it?
No, Giants Seahawks is one of the games. I was just watching Giants Seahawks.
So I watched the highlights,
and it was just coming on.
It was quite a back and forth game.
Yeah,
It
it did.
was
I think I watched the first few minutes of it. Like it was just the highlights, but you can kind of get the feel of the game and
yeah,
see.
you can see where it's going.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it was quite a tough fought game.
Hmm.
The Giants put up a hell of a fight,
Yeah,
and they just managed to make their opportunities count a
yeah.
little bit more.
It's 9 points, isn't it? So that's
Yeah,
a touchdown and a kick, isn't it?
yeah. Touchdown, no
So
extra point, and a kick.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
that's all the difference is. It's not a big difference. I mean,
It's not.
we had Kirk Cousins do that kind of damage to us pretty much in one final drive this season.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot to come back from those sort of points.
No. Um. Oh, I do vaguely remember watching the Panthers Bears game. I think that might have been, yeah, because I watched Jets Vikings, then I watched Panthers Bears,
Yeah,
and then I've watched so many games, and I've had a couple of days where I've not watched any,
yeah.
and I'm thinking I did watch Panthers Bears
They run
because
the ball quite a lot.
the Bears bent the Panthers over and
Yeah,
just
but
shoved that
if
ball
you
up
look
their
at
ass.
if you look at the stats, what was I looking? So Caleb Williams, 20 of 29 completions. Andy
Hmm.
Dalton, 18 of 28. But if you look at the yards, Caleb Williams, 304. Andy Dalton, 136.
Yeah, I
It
think
was
now
massively different.
I know I've slated Caleb Williams for being this QB that they've drafted. He's meant to be God's gift. I don't know whether something's happened in receivers or Caleb Williams has just gone, I'm here
It's like a
and I need
switch.
to I need to make it happen that I'm here and I need to show everyone I am what they drafted. I
Yeah,
am who they drafted
I
because
think.
that is fucking outstanding compared to the last 4 games previously where he's done
Yeah,
absolutely jack shit for the Bears.
I think
Bears fans
also.
must be fucking celebrating right now.
I think also they had quite a few new pieces this season
Hmm.
for
Yeah,
starter.
yeah,
So I think everybody had to settle in. Everybody had to find their rhythm, so to speak,
yeah,
and get everything going. I think that was a big part of it, and
yeah,
it looks like they
definitely.
have.
Hmm.
I mean, if you look at
So,
the runs, Caleb Williams had 5 for 34 yards. Roshan Johnson 10 carries for 25 and 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift 21 for 73 yards and a touchdown.
73 yards. That's fucking good, isn't it?
He's great.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could watch him as a running back. We had him last season. He was our primary
Hmm.
running back, and he had over 1,000. He had over 1,000 yards on the season, and we fell apart after game 11.
Well, I don't want to say it
So
because I don't fucking like the Bears. It looks
I'm
like
not
they
a
might
fan of the
actually be
Bears.
coming up.
I'm not a massive fan of the Bears, but they're not a bad team. They've got some good pieces.
Yeah, they have now, haven't they? This
Yeah,
could be the making of them. And Caleb Williams, if that switch has now flicked and he's like, I need to fucking prove what I can do. I need to
yeah,
show them that I am what they drafted. We could be in for a little bit of a Bears comeback. If they don't go that far this season, who knows?
yeah.
Maybe next season.
I don't know if they'll be a playoff team this season. They'll have to put up a good fight from now
Hmm.
because we're 5 games in.
Hmm.
Um, where are they in the league? Let's have a look. I don't know. They're not too bad. They're 3-2. But I mean, I think they've got quite a schedule. I mean, we play them this week. The
It's your
Eagles got
first
them
game
this week.
after bye, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that could be interesting.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I don't know. Well, I mean, hopefully we have AJ Brown back, Devonta Smith back, and Lane Johnson back. 3 key pieces for us.
Hopefully
Um,
that could knock the Bears back down a peg or 7.
put them on their ass a little bit. Um, so I don't know. I don't know how the team's going to fare.
Hmm.
It will be a test for the Eagles to say how they're going to be this season, I think. But the Bears they're on a streak of 2 wins at the moment.
Yeah, and they are
So
looking tasty. That was from what I can remember, it was a really good game. They did
They did
fucking well.
outstanding.
They did a good game there. They did it. They had a really good game there.
Yeah, so I'm not going to knock it. It was
No.
brilliant performance from them. I'm also
I just
looking.
remembered as well. Jets Vikings was in London,
It was.
and I totally forgot that was on. I didn't forget that they were playing over here, but I forgot the time difference. So it was actually our time for
Yeah.
us. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
So
it worked out on Sunday. If you were in America, it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning start.
mhm.
And the final game of the evening was the Cowboys Steelers game, which finished at 1 o'clock in the morning
For them,
for them. Yeah, but I mean, overall, it worked out as like 15 and a half hours of football.
could you imagine 15 and a half hours of football?
I mean, I wouldn't be able to stay up for the Cowboys Steelers game.
I
It'd be
wouldn't
too
have
late
stayed up
for
for
it.
Cowboys Steelers.
I mean, that would have finished, what, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning for us?
I've not watched Cowboys Steelers, but looking at the score,
I've watched the highlights.
I've not watched the highlights for that. Colts and Jags. Looks like a pretty fair game there.
Colts, Jags.
To be fair, I was shocked that the Jags managed to get the score they did and come away with a win.
After their last few performances.
It is surprising.
But to be fair, I mean, if you look at the yards each for Joe Flacco and Trevor Lawrence, that's mad stat. Flacco's 33 for 44 on 359 yards and 3 touchdowns. Lawrence is 28 of 34 for 371 and 2 touchdowns. Plus
which game are you looking at?
Colts Jags. Colts Jags.
What stats did you just read there?
That's the passing.
348 to 371.
359, 371.
Colts Jags. The score was 34-37. Passing yards, Colts 348. Jags 371 is what I've got on here.
I'm looking at the QB performance.
Right, on Next Gen.
Yeah.
That's why that didn't make any sense to me then. I was like, what the fuck are you going on about? I was really fucking confused then.
On Next Gen, if you go on Next Gen.
Yeah, I've got Next Gen open as well. Yeah. 359 to 371.
Yeah, but if you look at where the, they've got the grid of deep ball, short ball, middle ball and all that.
Yeah,
if you look at the differences, Joe Flacco went for the deep ball a bit more.
Yeah, compared to
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
He kept it close, and Flacco aired it out quite a lot. I mean, he had 4 deep balls completed.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think both QBs put up a fight.
It is a surprise because Trevor Lawrence has not played great at all.
No, he's not done great for the team. I mean, Jack, I believe, are near the bottom, third from the bottom, 1-4. Yeah. That's their first one of the season.
They're 1-4 now.
Yeah, although Jesus, the 1-4 team. Some aren't a surprise, some are. You got the Patriots.
This is at the top.
No, this is the bottom of the league.
Right. Okay.
One win to 4 losses.
Yeah.
It's got Patriots, Jags, Panthers. With the way they've been playing, I'm not surprised. Browns, Rams. I mean, they've got mad injuries, so I'm no surprise there. Bengals are 1-4.
That's strange. Yeah.
Bengals should be better than 1-4.
They should be better with
Joe Burrow.
Mate, I don't know what is going on today. I might actually be coming down with this cold that I didn't think I was coming down with. Yeah. You look at the game.
You look at the people they've got on their team, they should be higher.
Yeah, he's not playing right at the moment, is he?
No, he's not been playing right since he come back.
Joe Burrow is... I did see that he is not... He's not... It was a wrist injury and he's still...
Yeah.
I think he's still feeling that.
It's his throwing wrist, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. If you watch him, he's still kind of nursing it a little bit.
Yeah. I don't believe he's back to 100%.
No, but he was playing Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
Bengals, Ravens. That's two top tier quarterbacks right there.
it is, but Lamar hasn't slowed down.
No,
Whereas
he's aging like a fine wine.
Burrow's been injured. He's still nursing that wrist. Lamar's got no injuries or nothing significant,
Mm-hmm.
and he's still playing like Lamar.
Like an absolute beast.
Two-time, he's a two-time season MVP.
Yeah.
You know,
41
there's
and
a
38
reason.
is
There's
quite a
there's
bit
a
as well,
reason
isn't it?
he's paid what he's paid.
Yeah. What's that,
I
one
mean, he
touchdown?
threw. I mean, but you look at the stats though; it's insane, right? So comparison: Burrow, 30 of 39,
Mm-hmm.
392 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's still impressive.
Yeah.
But Lamar, 26 of 42. That's a surprise. But still 348 for 4 touchdowns.
That's what seals it. His
He's
ability to get the
making
ball. Yeah.
he's making it count.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big difference. Yeah,
Lamar.
but on 12 carries though.
Yeah.
Burrow, yeah, that's the big difference. Burrow 2 carries, 1 yard.
He doesn't run with the ball.
No, he's very much a stay in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Only runs when he's flushed out, and then it's to the side. Doesn't really run for first down or anything. If you can avoid it, he's very much a pocket passer. I think he's more Brady style.
Yeah, 100%.
The old school.
You see his little, when he throws the ball and he spins around and dances.
Yeah,
That little thing that's gone viral on TikTok and shit, and it
goes viral a couple of times a year.
The Joe Burrow fucking not Joe Burrow shit, mate.
I mean, I think the most impressive one of those was, did you see where he'd done it in full white uniform
Mm-hmm.
and it's snowing?
That's the one that's gone viral. Yeah, that's the one that's gone viral.
Yeah, that's the one that keeps getting viral. It pops up a couple of times a year.
Yeah, does look good.
That's when he was playing at his level. That was him. I don't know if that was last season or the year before, but
when it was Burrowhead.
Yeah.
When they went to play an Arrowhead and everyone was saying it's Burrowhead. They got fucking smashed by the Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, did you see that thing I sent you about the Chiefs just before we come on?
No, I've not looked at them yet.
No, you want to look at that? It was funny. Someone made it up. It's clear, but it's a trade thing about the Chiefs. I sent it to you, and it's an Instagram thing.
I'll have a look at it after
it was saying that the Chiefs trade for the NFL refs for $900 million, signed them.
It was Dolphins, Patriots. That was a
Dolphins
pretty much
ain't playing right.
They're not. They haven't got Tua. Tyreek
I
doesn't look like he's getting open very often. What have we got here? Rushing yards, receiving yards, 6 receptions, 69 yards.
Yeah, that's 6 out of 9 receptions. That doesn't seem like a lot for Tyreek. He wasn't covered that much either. From watching the highlights, he wasn't as covered as he usually is.
No, and you're looking at 31 attempts from Tyler Huntley. Only 18 complete. It's same with Jacob Brissett. 34 attempts, 18 complete.
Yeah, neither team
Patriots are the Patriots. They're just not a team I would want to support. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't want to. I feel sorry for the Patriots fans. They've had a rough few years.
Yeah, well, over here, it's not like over here we get to pick who we follow. Do you know what I mean? You could look at all of those teams and be like, if you were the sort of person that only follows a team because they're a good fucking team, I'm going to follow the Chiefs. If I looked and was like, I'm not following them. I'm not following the Patriots. They're terrible.
Yeah.
Whereas,
you want, if you're a Patriots fan, you've got to have a reason to be following the Patriots. Yeah. It's not
your great granddad followed the Patriots. Do you know what I mean? Or it's your own team.
Or you've been supporting them since the Belichick era, and they were good with Brady, and you've got to have either been supporting them for, I don't know, was it 6 or 7 years since they were last good, really good, or as you say, family members are from New England, or there's some connection.
Yeah, and the Dolphins just Since Tua's gone,
Yeah, they've fallen.
yeah, because their
I
run
think.
game was outstanding. Their run game, receiving game, and they've got none of that now.
Well, their run game
They've
hasn't
got
been
the
bad.
weapons. They've got the weapons. They're just not using them.
Raheem Mostert, 19 carries, 18 yards. Jalen Wright, 13 for 86 yards. The run game hasn't been the worst for Dolphins.
It's their throwing game. It's not getting it to the people.
Both teams.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of them are good passing games.
You got Jalen Waddle is up there with Tyreek Hill, and he only had 4 receptions, 46 yards.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham Jr. I don't know what
He's
is going
only
on
just
there.
come back. He's only just come
I
back.
thought he's only just come
reserve.
back. He's got no receptions, no yards.
Yeah, he was only activated because I made a note of that actually. Where did I get it?
So they only had one turn, 3 out of 4 kicks.
Yeah, so a few of the early players to be put on the injury reserve list are starting to come back. Notably, Odell Beckham Jr., Marcus Mariota, and Josh Allen Hines. So he's literally it's his first game back.
See, that's who they need to bring in as a QB. Marcus Mariota. When he played for the Falcons, mate, when he played for the Falcons, he was good. He was pissed off when he went to the Eagles. So you got Jalen Hurts there already. There's not a chance in hell he's going to step
He's
up.
not. Yeah, there was no
Do you know what I
chance he
mean?
was getting the starting job. He was only signed for a year. I don't think he was playing to his best in Philadelphia.
No, and it was towards the end of his time with the Falcons that he started playing shit. But he had a knee injury. Pretty sure it was a knee injury. I'm pretty sure it's ACL.
He wasn't. It wasn't. He was just. He'd fallen off. He was playing shit for a reason. It wasn't.
Yeah. When he was playing for the Falcons and he was playing good for the Falcons, he was good. So why not give him a shot? Because you're looking at Tyler Huntley.
Their current QB's not doing great.
You take Tyler Huntley, I'll put Marcus Mariota in. He can't do any worse.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. You're almost losing to the Patriots.
Yeah, and the Patriots are one of the teams that have not been good for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, they're 1-4 in the season.
There we go.
If you're almost losing to them, you got to look at your QB and say, we might need to make a change.
Yep.
Especially as he's 18 for 31 completion.
So, Browns Commanders, Washington Commanders have taken the Browns, put them over a table, taken the ball and just...
Yeah.
Did he do it?
That reminds me of, do you remember Little Nicky?
Mm-hmm.
Hitler getting the pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Washington are on. They've got their QB by the looks of the future.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the next gen stats. His biggest throw was 56.6 yards.
Wait a minute. Go on. Are you looking at the scores on Google?
No.
Go to passing for Commanders. Marcus Mariota had 1 completion for 3 attempts.
He's their backup QB. Marcus Mariota's just come back off IR.
I thought we were talking about the Dolphins then. I thought he was with the Dolphins.
No, we were saying he should go to the Dolphins because Tyler Huntley's not doing great.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the Commanders' backup QB. I mean, at the end of the day, when you're, what were they, 34 and 13 up, you might as well throw your backup in just for a little look, see what happens.
A little bit of shits and gigs.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But Jaden Daniels, 25 attempts, 14 completions. And he had...
And an interception, but 238 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
So he made all those throws count. That's the key.
And he had 11 attempts at rushing with 82 yards. Just take that out of the equation because he done all of that just throwing.
Yeah.
He is...
What I'm noticing from them, though, if you look at the rushing,
Mhm.
they had Brian Robson, 7 carries, 18 yards, but 2 touchdowns. Jay McNichols, 7 carries, 44 yards, and a touchdown. And from what I saw, they were getting up the field fast passing, getting stuck near the end zone, and then just running it right through everybody.
Again, Washington Commanders could be a problem.
Mate, they're taking the East. They are taking the East so
They
far.
are taking the East, aren't they? What is it? Super Bowl 56?
59 this year.
59. Why do I think it's 56? So look at the Super Bowl 59 logo. Oh, it's purple and green.
The conspiracy theorists aren't going to like that.
No. So that could be...
Who's purple?
Who's
Vikings.
purple? Vikings, Ravens.
Vikings
and Ravens. Green
Who-
is Eagles, Jets, Packers.
I can't see the Jets making it.
No. So Eagles or Packers?
I was going to say Eagles or Packers, because I mean, Packers are 3-2. Eagles, all right, technically we're 2-2, but we were on bye week this week. So yeah, I mean, I can't see the Jets doing it. 2-3 Jags, but they're 1-4, and it's like a light green. So I don't know. But the conspiracy theorists, that's what they're going to be saying. Oh, the script says.
Yeah. Well, the script says the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. Okay?
Yeah. Script saying Chiefs on the 3P.
Have you seen he is a prime athlete now?
Yeah.
Mahomes.
He
And
was last year.
his prime bottle is red with his logo, like his fucking Mahomes logo. And it says 3-time champion on there.
Yeah, well, he is a 3-time champion.
Has he won 3 Super Bowls?
Yeah, he's won because he's actually been with the Chiefs, I think, 8 years. I think he's just coming into his 8th season.
So he'll be 4-time champion when he wins. Fuck's sake! I thought I had the Chiefs on something then.
Yeah, no, because I do remember because they I remember people making a fuss about it because everyone's like, oh, the Chiefs are going to potentially in the off season going to potentially go for the free. Loads of people made that connection. And they're like, oh, his prime bowl says 3 times. And it's like, no. And those people coming out saying no. And I remembered he already was 3-time Super Bowl champion.
They won it when he wasn't, when he was back up or QB2.
I can't remember. Let's have a look. Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl win. So the first one with Pat was. He's been to 4 Super Bowls since 2019, apparently.
There's no two ways about it. He is a good quarterback.
He's a brilliant quarterback, yeah. But I also think the refs have let him off quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, that video you showed me earlier of the blatant fucking holding call that never got called.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's been with the Chiefs since 2018.
A long ass time.
And they won 2020. They took on the 49ers 20-31. That was his first Super Bowl. And then they've just gone back to back. So he's already 3-time Super Bowl champion. It's just been a few years in between the first one and the second one.
We have summarised that the Browns and Commanders are fucking savage this season. Bills, Texans.
That was a weird one.
I don't remember if I've watched it. I think that's one of the other games I haven't watched yet.
I've watched the highlights.
I don't think I've watched it yet. I try and watch the 40 minutes on a lot of them. Cowboys, Steelers, Giants, Seahawks. So I have watched Bills, Texans. It must have been that
It wasn't very eventful. There was a couple of things that happened. Like the video I sent you of the the defense guy. That one went viral. That was funny. I made a note of the names. Neville Hewitt. So I think he was a running back. Had already been sort of tackled. They stopped him dead.
Yeah.
And he was still stood up. And the guy, defensive back, Neville Hewitt, just comes out of nowhere, flips over the guy at the ball carrier.
Yeah.
As he's flipping over, he pulls him in for the suplex.
Yeah, I do remember that clip, yeah. For a second I couldn't remember. I don't know what's going on lately. My brain's just not absorbing information very well, and it's not staying in there.
Maybe mine doesn't anyway.
But the Bills' passing yards were 126 passing yards. The
Yeah.
Texans had 331.
Did you see, though, Josh Allen got sacked quite hard,
Yes.
went down, hit his head. He's concussed. He knocked out.
100%. Yeah.
And they put him back in.
I don't remember that from actually watching it, but I do remember that from clips I've seen floating around. I think my TikTok and YouTube shorts are just...
You could see he was knocked out.
Bless him.
Yeah, that wasn't a very eventful game, if I'm honest.
I need to put new batteries in my mouse, man. Josh Allen, 9 complete out of 30 attempts. CJ Stroud, 28 for 38. What can you say there when you get against CJ Stroud?
Yeah, but also, I don't know, something. I mean, you look at the stats. Josh Allen wasn't playing like himself.
No. You got
see it in the stats.
Tank Dell is one of the receivers, and I've seen a few clips of him. I can't remember why I've seen clips of him. I just remember that name.
He got taken out from some injury or something last season, and came back. I can't remember what happened to him.
Stephon Diggs done well though. 6 receptions, 82 yards,
which was, I think, for him a bit of a statement because, of course, he was with the Bills, got requested a trade, and then went to the Texans.
Yeah, say these like 2 receptions, 6 yards. That's not fuck all, but
that's
it
right.
is.
He got injured in a shootout last season.
That might be why I know the name.
April 27th, and came back in season. So yeah, that's probably where you remember him from, because it obviously made quite a bit of news when he came back in the middle of the season.
Raiders Broncos. He's looking like, remember his name? He's a Raider. Devontae Adams is going for a trade.
Out. It's not looking. He's requested.
Yeah, I know. I know he's requested.
So yeah, I made some notes on that one.
Can't remember who. There's interest.
There's interest from a few.
People are saying the Jets. People are saying the Jets.
Because he would like to go to the Jets because he played with Aaron Rodgers. He'd also like to go to the Saints because he played with, who's their QB? Derek Carr.
Yep.
He's played for Derek Carr. But it's coming out. They're requesting whoever takes him gives up a 2nd round pick and takes on his salary for the rest of the season, and they're not happy with it. Notably, rightly so. He's not done a lot this season.
No, he hasn't at all, is he?
There's no big stats on him to justify 2nd round pick and taking on his 2024 salary.
Let's see if we can find his receiving.
Steelers apparently were going in for a trade, or they were at least interested in aggressively putting up an offer at one point, because they missed out on the Brandon Ayuk situation, so they're looking for a good receiver. George Pickens is shit, so
he is a good receiver when he gets going. So you can't just. It's so hard to see. Trying to look at yards. Okay, so now I've lost his name. Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith. No, yeah, Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith's Eagles.
Yeah, no, he's only had 209 receiving yards this season. Devontae Adams.
Yeah. That's what I mean. He's not put up high numbers. He's good receiver, as you say. Mm-hmm. But I think he's one of those. He's got to be happy with the situation he's in, and he's not.
Did you see him in? Have you watched Receiver on Netflix yet?
I've watched bits and pieces. I keep watching it when I'm doing stuff.
It was coming from like last season. He wasn't happy last season.
Yeah,
he was slamming his gear down and sulking and shit. It's just like, make yourself available.
Yeah, and having that kind of attitude all the time, and not putting up high numbers at all this season. Yeah. I mean, I think he's putting up average numbers.
Yeah, well, you got the same problem with Romeo Doubs in Green Bay at the moment. It was looking like he was going to get traded.
Who's just been suspended.
He's he's back on Wednesday, I believe. I'm trying to find his
He can't
stats.
play this week.
That was
Is it
game
this?
just gone. No, his game just gone.
I
He
was
didn't
going to
play.
say, I couldn't remember if it was this week coming or this week just gone.
Romeo. It's so hard to see these names on this. You can't even just search for someone. Regular season. No. Come on. Week. No. Fuck off. You can't search for a player. It's the fucking annoying thing with this. Romeo
What I
Dubs.
did make note of over the last few weeks, up until week 4, 4 players were fined for violent gestures, right? One of which was CD Lamb, nearly 15 grand, just over 14. He's up to nearly 50 grand up to week 4 in fines for things like taunting, unsportsmanlike conduct, unnecessary roughness, and now 14 grand of that.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lattimore got fined 14 grand. Alan Lazard got fined 14 grand. Alonte Taylor 10 grand. Jeremy Nichols just over 6 grand. It's all the finger gun thing again.
They need to stop doing it. It's unnecessary, isn't it?
Well, the message is you can't make gun gestures.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're still getting fined for all this stuff. Other celebrations are fine. Apparently, bow and arrow's fine. It's the guns, because America have got a big gun problem at the moment, haven't they?
Yeah.
So anyone making any kind of gun gestures and stuff is going to get fined and penalised for it. You know, there's an automatic penalty coming, flag coming, and that's where obviously what happened with Drake London that time.
So Raiders Broncos fucking killed the Raiders. It's a lot of the same teams this season.
Yeah.
That are so far absolutely smashing the opposition. The Raiders, I thought, might have put up a bit more of a thing, but
did you see the funny clip about that though? Max Crosby, when they're all lined up pre-snap, Max Crosby stands up, walks almost over the line, and yells, "Bo, you're going to have to speak up. They can't understand." And that's the defense on the opposite team telling you that. I mean,
Bo Nix is looking pretty good.
Yeah, I think I think like Caleb Williams, he's got to settle in properly with the whole team.
Yeah.
They need to find their rhythm.
He got,
and I think this week
19
they did
complete out of 27. That's not bad. 206 yards. You can't really
he's
say
a rookie.
that shit. Yeah.
He's a rookie. He wasn't. I don't think he was drafted top. I don't know.
I don't think he was.
But yeah, like a lot of them, he's got to settle in with the whole team. But because the thing is, a lot of these rookie QBs, it's a whole new team.
Mm-hmm.
They've never played with any of these people.
And this is the big boys.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This isn't college anymore.
They spent 2 or 3 years playing with a core team. A lot of the players that they got great relationships with, and then they're coming into a whole new system.
Yeah, definitely. Finn Mims Jr. That's a name, isn't it? So where are we on now? Cardinals, 49ers. I did watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, my eyes just gone funny. And Kyler Murray he's a runner.
He turned it on. He
is a runner, isn't he?
Mate, he had a hell of a run.
He can get out of that pocket fast. You can see. The
thing is, as well, though, you can't always see when he's going to run.
No, you can see that he knows how to move around the pocket, and he doesn't get trapped.
Yeah,
he doesn't get trapped.
He can pocket play brilliantly, but he can escape even better.
Yeah,
that's what's so hard about the Cardinals. They've got a good QB who can escape when it's closing in.
Yep, 100%.
He reminds me of Lamar Jackson.
I was literally just going to say that. Lamar Jackson. He is a Lamar Jackson. 100%.
I don't think he's had his best year yet.
No, I think that's coming.
I think the Cardinals are on a bit of a. They were. I think they were bottom of the league last year, or near the bottom of the league, and I think this year they should be able to end up higher. In theory. Where are they? Yeah, they're 2-3. So depending on how their season goes, they could end up higher. I mean, was it Cardinals? Our offensive coordinator?
Don't
I
know.
think it was Cardinals. We lost our offensive coordinator for a head coach job.
hmm
I think it was again. I think he went to the Cardinals.
You look at on next gen. Brock Purdy has got more short ball. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. No, it's about the same.
No,
They're
they
about
both
the
played
same.
sort of short, medium ball.
Yeah.
There was something off about San Fran.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not clicking.
They're not at the moment, are they? And I think, if I'm correct,
They are
where are we?
2-3.
George Kittle got some good plays, but they still don't have Christian McCaffrey.
No, and he apparently is looking like he won't need surgery now.
Oh, that's well, it's not good, but it is good at the same time because
Yeah.
San Fran are a threat when he is. I'm not saying Debo and George Kittle and that aren't a threat, but
No, but then
their run game.
when you've got
Yeah,
three really good receivers, one of
uh-huh,
which is a tight end who can just bowl you over,
uh-huh.
and then you put a running back who just runs everybody down and can receive and run.
Yep.
You put everybody together, they can just do what they want with the ball.
That is a team that they should have won the Super Bowl last year, I think.
Yeah,
Chiefs won it, obviously, but
I think San Fran should have.
yeah,
I
they
think there
should
was
have
a couple
taken
of questionable calls,
it. hmm
but I think that went on both teams though. The questionable calls.
Oh yeah, yeah. It wasn't just. It's more on this season the questionable calls for.
Yeah, the questionable on the Chiefs of this season. Last
Yeah.
year, they were the same as everybody with the calls. You know, everybody was getting penalised when they were doing shit wrong. But I think that's where it started.
Yeah. George Kittle though. Good George Kittle.
Yeah,
And then
he's ridiculous tight end.
he is, isn't he? Kyler Murray though, definitely making a statement
But I
this
mean,
season.
you look at the next gen stats: 1 touchdown, 1 interception for Kyler Murray. Purdy, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
Looking a bit sloppy that game, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, Murray also had 7 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, how many did?
Their running back next to him, 19 carries for 86 yards. So
Yeah, Kyler Murray
over half
run that motherfucker.
Over half the carries, and he ran nearly as far.
Yeah. Well, there's not too much more you can say about Kyler Murray. He's a fucking animal.
Yeah.
We've spoke about Jets, Seahawks. Let's move on to Packers, Rams.
I was waiting for that one.
That was a good game. That was a good game. Notably, this game here was Jordan Love's first ever pick six happened against him.
I saw that. Yeah.
He was looking a lot better. 26 attempts, 15 complete for 224 yards. He's a long ball. He will throw a long ball all day long. Green Bay Rams. It was not all Packers dominating the game though.
No, I mean, you look at the stats on next gen. Matthew Stafford threw the ball a lot.
He did throw the ball a lot, and you got to remember, Packers are obviously my team, so I don't fucking knock the win at all. But the Rams have got a lot of injured players. We also don't have
Romeo Doubs was out.
Romeo Doubs. We don't have
Jair was out, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's got a groin injury. There is a few for the Packers out.
Because I saw, I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter. I watched a video that Green Bay put up. Was Tucker Kraft was mic'd up.
Mm-hmm. Tucker Kraft's fucking brilliant as well, though.
I saw Jair on the sidelines for the game.
Yeah, so we had Jair Alexander out, Kenny Clark out, Romeo Doubs out, Jonathan Ford. Jordan Love isn't he still bad, but he was full participation all the way through. Luke Musgrave was questionable. He didn't play. Christian Watson was out. So we'd lost quite a few. Yeah. But
I think both teams had a few injuries.
yeah. But then you look at the game stats. We got 323 yards, whereas the Rams got 370 yards. 6 penalties to us, 5 to them. Total plays, 58, 76 Rams. Total turnovers, 1 to us. That's where we were playing a lot better. They had 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
We managed to snatch that ball back pretty quickly. They had one interception for us.
Yeah, I was going to say Jordan had 1 interception.
Yeah, and Matthew Stafford does not run the ball.
No.
Which
he's a pocket player, but then, I mean, he's been in a while.
Yeah, definitely. Tutu Atwell, 58 yards for 6 receptions. We got Jordan Whittington, 7 receptions, 89 yards. The Packers. Jordan Love run. Had 3 attempts, 10 yards. Emmanuel Wilson, 24 yards. Jaden Reed, 19. Josh Jacobs, 73.
I was going to say, Josh Jacobs would you go to on this one?
Yeah, because we didn't have Romeo Doubs. What can you say? Jordan Love, the last game he played, it was looking fucking bleak. He'd just come back off the knee injury, didn't think he was going to be playing, because we'd had 2 games where we had Malik Willis and he was on fucking fire.
Yeah.
For those 2 games, he's on fire. And now Jordan played not so great the last game, and now Pack is back, baby.
He's definitely coming back on that one.
Mm-hmm.
You can see he's progressing back from an injury. I mean, if you look at the stats last week to this week, they're a lot better this week. But as you say, it was unfortunate that they got the pick 6. Otherwise, if they hadn't got the pick 6, that would have been, 13?
It was really close to the end zone as well.
Yeah.
So that could have been.
He fell in the end zone. He threw it.
Yeah.
That's
how they got the pick 6. Yeah, he didn't want to get the safety. He
didn't want to give up the 2 points.
He made
tried
the mistake.
To throw it away, and it they had a defender in the right place, right time.
Exactly, right place, right time. Jordan Love's longest completed air distance, 60.8 yards. Matthew Stafford, 32.5.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford is a short ball thrower.
He definitely was this week, but then he hasn't got Puka Nakua. He hasn't got Cooper Kupp. They're his deep ball guys. Yeah. They are who he trusts to catch the ball. But if you look at the stats, he tried for the deep ball a lot more.
Yeah, he did.
What's that? 5, 6, he's 7 attempts, only made 1. And one of the 7s was was your interception.
Yeah, and Jordan Love had 66-yard for 1. 40-yard, 3 of 5 were completed. 1 of 2 53-yard completed. And he had a couple of short 1 yard. So 3 1 yards, and 1 of those was for a touchdown. 21 yard.
The hell? My next gen stat page just refreshed itself and put me on the Tampa Bay Falcons game.
Nice.
That really threw me out.
Hopefully Romeo is back for next week because he's our star receiver. Hopefully we can have Jair Alexander back next week because he is our animal on defense.
I will say, though,
in the area when the ball is coming.
I will say you've got Xavier McKinney.
Yeah, he's good. He is very good.
You play that down. He's had 5 interceptions in the last 5 games.
I don't know what it is. I just like Jair Alexander.
Don't get me wrong, he's good, but you've only just taken Xavier McKinney this season. But you can't play down an interception every game.
No, you can't. You can't at all.
He's the only guy in the league who's done it
lights
this season.
out. He is playing lights out for us this season. Let's hope he can just go for every game, get at least 1 interception, keep the ball rolling.
If he got 17 interceptions, that'd be insane.
Would it? That'd be unreal.
I don't know if anybody's ever done that 1 every game in a season.
He's had 1 every game so far. What's to say it can't happen?
There's nothing to say it can't happen. It'd be impressive as fuck if he can do it.
That could be a league leading record, probably.
I'd be even celebrating him if he does do it. Do you know what I mean? And we've just whooped your ass. So
yeah, that was unfortunate. That was 5 games away. 5 games ago now. Cowboys, Steelers. I've not watched the game.
I watched the highlights. It wasn't much happened, if I'm honest.
Let me have a look at the game stats.
They're both.
Fuck. Dak Prescott 445 total yards. Well,
for the team, he threw for 352. But he only put up 2 touchdowns on those yards and 2 interceptions.
That's fucking mad, though.
He can throw the fucking ball. Don't get me wrong.
He can throw the fucking ball.
Whatever you want to say about the Cowboys, Dak is a quarterback.
He just does not have the talent to catch, to be where he needs him to be.
It's his receivers that are the problem.
That's what I mean, yeah. They're never where he needs them to be.
CeeDee Lamb's the only decent receiver they've got, realistically.
He can't be everywhere all the time, though.
No. He can't. He just can't do everything.
No.
They've got a few coming that in this game looked like they were starting to come through as better receivers. They need to progress them more, work on them ball skills, and get them going.
When you look at
to be a real threat on receiving core, that's what they need to do.
Just looking at their receiving yards now. Jalen Tolbert had 87 yards for 7 receptions.
Out of only 10, though. So
yeah,
it's not like they were slinging him the ball all game.
CeeDee Lamb had 5 receptions for 62 yards.
Out of 9.
Vontae Turpin, 50 for 4 receptions.
Yeah.
You can't say that they don't have the weapons there. They're just
That's what I'm saying, though. I think they just struggling to finish in the end zone.
Yeah,
that's
100%.
where their problem seems to be. Red zone, they're just not quite getting the ball there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they took a few field goals.
Kicking,
can't
2 out of 3 completed. Longest was 55 yards.
Which they only had a score of 20. So that's 6 of their points.
Yeah. Steelers, that's a shocker for the Steelers.
Yeah. I think the Cowboys' defense was on fire this game.
Yeah.
I think that was their big problem.
They had 1 sack. Yeah. 1 sack.
Yeah, only 1 sack. But if you look at the receivers for Pittsburgh, they aren't good. Their receivers are bad. George Pickens, their star, 3 out of 7 receptions for 26 yards. And that was one of the top 2. Yeah, they also had Van Jefferson, 3 out of 5 for 26. Connor Hayward, 2 of 4, 23 yards and a touchdown. So they couldn't get the pass game going.
Yeah, Steelers were playing really well at the beginning of the season.
But a stat 2 note from the Steelers game, TJ Watt recorded his 100th sack.
That I would not want to be hit by that boy.
No, he is an animal.
Yeah.
I've seen him tackle QBs, lose his helmet just before he goes for the tackle and just finish it. He don't care if his helmet's on or not. He's going for that tackle. Him and his brother have both got over 100. They're both absolute beasts.
Well,
yeah, if there's one guy coming at you that you don't want coming at you, it's TJ Watt.
Yeah, 100%.
Him and Nick Bosa are 2 people that would scare the piss out of me as a QB, if I'm honest. Coming forward.
As Cowboys Steelers didn't play all that great, should we move on to the final game? The one-sided fucking game.
Which one?
Chiefs Saints. I've not watched it.
I watched it. It wasn't that exciting, if I'm honest.
It is completely one-sided looking at.
Yeah.
So, Saints had 220 yards, Chiefs 460, passing yards 174 to 321, rushing yards 46 to 139, total plays 51 to 80. Yeah, I just looked at that. Eric Carr had 18 complete out of 28. Jake Hayner had 7 attempts to complete.
One thing that is to note, Mahomes' longest was 28.2. Derek's was 50.6.
That's close for. They're real close balls for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You look at the stats and that. They've lost a few of their receivers, haven't they?
Chiefs.
I mean, yeah, Rice is out.
Yeah.
Who else was it they had that they lost start of the season?
They've only got Kareem Hunt, Xavier Worthy, Carson Steele, and Patrick Mahomes on rushing.
Yeah, I mean
Juju Smith, Xavier Worthy.
Juju Smith-Schuster, I believe they took on this year.
Yeah, same as Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, at least two of their highest receivers were tight ends, Travis Kelce and Noah Gray.
All yards.
Yeah.
For receiving, Juju Smith got 130 yards. Travis Kelce got 70. Noah Gray got 29.
Mecole Hardman got 33. Xavier Worthy got 25. So two of his tight ends are on your receiver list. Travis Kelce, I understand, but Noah Gray with 29 yards, that shouldn't be classed as one of your higher receivers.
No, he's not normally.
No.
But you look at his stats for this year, he's got 119 yards already, 5 games in.
I mean, Dallas got more than that.
Yeah, but he's not normally a receiver, is he?
Noah Gray. No,
yeah.
he isn't usually used. I believe he's used as more of a blocker.
Yeah, and you got Travis Kelce's got 228 yards so far.
Yeah. So you shouldn't have to rely on tight ends to get your ball going.
No, they need
and
to.
That's one of the things I think we spoke about before. Xavier Worthy, he's fast as fuck, and he's the one who set the new draft running time and all that. But if he ain't got the speed down the field in a straight line, he's clearly not got a lot going on.
And they got rid of the Welsh star,
who's now on the Jag. It is what it is. It wasn't that exciting. It's not even a high score, is it? 26-13.
No, but the Saints had been playing really well.
Yeah.
Up until this point.
Well, you say up until this point, they lost last week. They're on a 3-week losing streak.
Are they?
Yeah, they're 2-3 on the season.
I thought the Saints were doing really well. Why did I think the Saints were doing really well?
Because the first two games, they put up like 90 points or something stupid. But yeah, look, I'm on the NFL League Standings website. The Saints 2-3 on the season.
Oh yeah, they lost.
Their streak is 3 losing.
Yeah, so they beat Cardinals, lost to the 49ers, lost to the Titans, beat the Panthers, beat the Cowboys, lost to the Eagles.
We beat them just.
Yeah.
That was the game where we got Dallas got it going and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, very strange. That is all the games recapped from us anyway.
It is, yeah. I haven't got much more news, but...
No, it all kind of just slots in with when we're talking about the different teams now, doesn't it?
Yeah. A couple of notable points is one of the Dolphins, I think that this doesn't help the Dolphins, their big pass rusher, Jalen Phillips, put on injured reserve, suffered a partially torn ACL when they lost to the Titans. Yeah. It's going to require surgery, and that's going to repair apparently they're going to just fully replace the ACL.
Best way to do it, I think.
It doesn't look like he's going to be back this season. He's looking at next season come back.
This usually seems to be the way with an ACL tear. It's not a couple of weeks, it's usually months healing. That's unless you're ACL some sort of
knee.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you're in the NFL running like they run all the time, it's not going to be a quick fix, is it? It's
not at all.
It's going to be a slow one. Aaron Rodgers, they haven't been playing great, but he's become the 9th QB in history to pass 60,000 passing yards.
Ooh, that's a lot of passing yards.
That's a long time playing.
Yeah. 2005?
That's how he's done it. He's 19th year.
Yeah, you are going to hit that at some point.
Yeah. But a big one that came out, story broke yesterday, but it actually happened Saturday. New England safety Jabril Peppers arrested, facing charges of assault with a deadly. Well, he faces charges of assault with a deadly weapon, strangulation, and drug possession, which they believe is cocaine.
Won't be back anytime soon.
Well, they were supposed to put him in Saturday. They downgraded him to out, and then this story broke Sunday.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen.
No.
I mean, look what happened with Rashid Rice, and he's still playing.
Yeah, it's looking like he's going to be back quite soon. They don't think he needs an actual operation now, do they?
No,
because I seen a thing. Depends. Rests and injuries won't even stop this man coming back.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends how well he can heal it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if they can rehab it right and he can work it properly and doesn't push it too hard, he could come back. I think they reckon 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be too long.
Which I think has got to be a relief for Mahomes.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to affect the fact that they could win a game, but it's definitely not helping their scoring.
No.
Or their passing yards.
I mean, I think it's wrong that they've even let him play with these charges hanging over. Also, do you remember me saying about Browns QB Deshaun Watson facing charges of sexual assault and stuff? I saw a thing that apparently that's been settled out of court. Secretly settled out of court. Which suggests that somebody may have been paid off somewhere.
Yeah. You never know. You don't know, do you?
No, that's the thing. They may have paid him off. They may have just said, I withdraw. You don't know.
No.
And I don't know if we will know this season. That may come out next season or something. But they definitely overpaid for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. He's not playing great.
No, I mean, he was $250 million contract for 3 or 4 years, and they are sitting at 1-4.
Yeah. They
so
definitely
they've overpaid for a QB. I don't know how this season's going to shake out, but it's a bit flip turn, as we've said a couple of times. I mean, in the bottom of the thing, we've got Patriots, Rams, Jags, Browns, Bengals, Panthers, Titans. Then the first team in 2 and 3 is the 49ers.
They've only won 2.
I would never put them that far down this far. And you've also got Jets and Giants above that, with the Saints just above them. I mean, they're all on 2 and 3. Yeah, them and the Raiders and Colts are all on 2 and 3. None of that really surprises me.
No.
Cardinals are on 2 and 3. I can see that either way. Dolphins, 2 and 3.
Yeah, Dolphins are not playing well.
Chargers and Eagles 2 and 2, but they've both been on bye this week. And then, I mean, some of the surprises near the top. Vikings are 5-0.
Vikings are on fire. They are absolutely killing it.
Yeah, Sam Darnold's been a good QB for them. He has been a steal for them.
100%. 100%.
You've also got Texans and Washington Commanders on 4 and 1.
Jesus.
Texans, I could understand a bit, but I didn't see the Commanders being there. Then you got Lions, understandable after last season, and right behind them is the Falcons. They're 3 and 2. Ravens are 3 and 2. Bills are 3 and 2. Bears are 3 and 2. Cowboys, Broncos, Packers. There's loads on 3 and 2. Steelers, Seahawks, Buccaneers. This season's been a shake-up.
It has, hasn't it? Oh. Have the Chiefs lost a game yet?
They're listed as 5-0. Technically, they should have lost at least one of their games. So there's been a few holding calls that should have been called that weren't. That they then got the ball off of. But it's what it is.
It is what it is. That is it. Right. I don't have anything else, do you?
No, that's me, I believe.
I think this might be our record podcast yet, mate.
I was just looking at the time. 90 minutes.
Right. That's all from me. That's all from you. Might as well call
Yeah.
it an evening. I will catch you next week.
Yeah, same time next week.
See you later.